This is the IT Prac exam from 2019 for grade 12, and this is not the November paper, this is the June paper for extra practice. And we're dealing with the database question, we're doing the second part of the database question. So there are two questions here, not SQL based, they're going to be using normal Delphi ADOtables and stuff like that. So we've got Delphi code, we've got two little buttons there, you can see the one is disabled, it's enabled equals false, so we're probably going to have to enable that at some point. So there are variables already for the plant code and the number ordered, which I'm assuming they're going to get from those two combo boxes. And then they are global variables, so we're probably going to use them in both those questions. That's just my feeling. So the stock available must be checked before an order can be placed. So the user must do the following. Select the category from the combo box. So we select the category. Code is provided. Thank you, Mr. Exam Setter, for providing that code. Then we're going to select the plant, and I think that code is being provided as well. So we're going to get the plant code. So we're going to get the category and the plant code. Yay! I think if we go to the actual program, let's go over here. We're going to click on the button. There we go. They've done that for us, and you'll see that there's no variable declared because they are global. They're globally declared. So that's thank you, Mr. Exam Setter. And then we're going to add the code over here. So what do they want us? They're also giving us a character. Okay, so let's see what they want us to do there. Boom, boom, boom. So let's go. Boom. Wait. There we go. So write code to determine whether or not there is enough stock. So they actually give us like a breakdown of the actual thing that needs to happen here. So if there's enough stock, display the plant code, color, number of the plant ordered, and the price entered. So that seems to be, but we need to go find that particular one. That's the key here. We need to find the correct plant code. Okay, so that's the key here. So let's go have a look. So we're going to go into our program, and we are dealing with which table? We are dealing, I'm assuming, with the plant. Let's go look. Let's look at the tables. They've got the details of the tables over here. I apologize for the scrolling. So we want to look at the plant code and the category, and we're going to be looking at in stock. So we're just dealing, I think, with TBL plants. Okay, so we're just dealing with TBL plants. So then we're going to look for the category, we're going to look for the in stock and the plant code. Those are the types of things that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so let's look. Oh, lots of scrolling. I hate scrolling. Okay, they see me scrolling. Okay, no, it's terrible. Don't sing, Mr. Long. If there's enough stock, display the plant code. So let's try this out. First bit first. We are going to traverse the plant table. So we need to go TBL plants dot first. Start at the very beginning. Then we're going to do a while loop that goes while we are not TBL plants dot end of file. And here we are going to work with the record that we are dealing with, and then at the end we're going to say TBL plants dot next. That's our basic structure. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Okay, so I want to first check if the plant code matches. If TBL plants, if the plant code. So how do we access the field? You say TBL, not flats. TBL plants, that's the name of the table, square bracket, and then the name of the field in quotes, which in this case is which we can't see, but let's go to the question. So we want the plant code. I assume that the plant code will be fine. So we want the plant code. I think it is that. We'll double check later. So if the plant code is a match, if that is the same as the plant code that the user has just entered, then we've got a match. Then we are at the plant code that we want. So that's great. So now this is the end of if plant is a match. So now if we get to this point, we know that the plant is a match, but we don't want to do any, we want to display all the stuff. It says that if there is enough stock code, display the plant code, color, and all that. So we must just do that. So we display in the red edit and must display like that. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do the best case now. If TBL plants, and we want to look at the in stock property. If the in stock property is bigger or equal to the amount that they want to order. If that is greater than the amount that order, then we have enough of what we're looking for. Then we can do the order. Then we are simply going to go, okay, let's display everything like that. So I'm going to do that ahead quickly. I'll explain the code because it's going to be a lot of typing. So I'll go do that ahead quickly. So we display that in the rich display edit area. Okay, so I've done it, gone ahead. So if the stock is enough, if we've got enough stock for what we want to order, then we just display. I use, some places use like a #13 to do each line. I'm just doing it bit by bit. So plant code, and we get the plant code from the database, which is a string. So that's fine. They get the color. The color is a string. We get the number ordered, which is the ordered numbered from there, which is our number ordered, but that's an integer. And this is string. So let's convert this from an int to a string. And then we want to have the price per item, but that price would be a currency. So we need to make sure that we display it as a currency. So we can convert it from a float to a string f. And we take that value, spell float, take that price, comma, ff currency, comma 8. I don't care what the 8 is, but I care what the 2 is. So there we go. So that's going to display if there is enough stock. So that's what we're doing there. So if there's enough stock, boom, boom, then display the item in the area and enable that button. So that's the other thing we must do. So at the end here, we can say btn, I think it was Q2.enabled must be set to true. So we can use it. So there we go. That's the best case scenario. So if everything matches, then that's what we do. If there is not enough stock, so that's when we're going to get to the tricky part here. So let's go here, else. So that's if there's enough stock, okay? Else, so that's enough stock. So now when we get to here, here's if there's not enough stock. We can assume that there's only, so this is if there's end of not enough stock. Write your begins and ends at the beginning so that you can know where they end in that. That's the end of if enough stock. Okay, so this is the end of not enough stock. Okay, beef stock or chicken stock. Okay, let's look. So if there's not enough stock, then display a message. Say, hey, there's not enough plants. Do they give me an example of that? Not enough plants. They actually want you to not just display a message, but they want you to ask the user if they want to place an order for however many plants are available, basically what is in stock. So we need to display that. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do an input box for that. So, that's where the character's coming from, because they want a yes or a no for it. So that's where they're getting the character from. So we want the character continue to now go, C continue will be an input box. And here we're going to type in this whole long message, which I will type in ahead just to save time. So I went into the input box, not enough stock. Do you want to place plus an order for, and here we're going to put the number of how many are left. And that's TBL plants, open bracket, in stock. But that is an integer. So I'm going to put that there. So we need to convert this from an int to a string. So we basically have this message. Do you want to order stock for what's left? So let's say we want 250, but there's only 180 left. So do you want to order for 180? Because that's all we've got left. Are you sure? Is that what you want? So we do that. Now this is the problem. This is a character and this is a string, and that doesn't actually convert. So I think it all works. Just the char and string is not working. So that's the problem. Now what I'm going to actually do, it's a little bit of a cheat, but it works. It's not illegal to do this. I'm going to do the input as a string. Okay, so we're going to rather use an S input, so then it works. So there's no errors because we're not using the char. But if they really want me to use the char, what you can do is you can actually say, well, then the character is equal to whatever they type in. You just want to get the first character from that input box. So we're just going to get the first character. So they type in the word yes, we're going to just take the Y. So just go get the first character from it, and that should work for sContinue. So sContinue now does have what we needed to have. And so let's look at what we must do next. So if they type in so they can ask them, yes, do you want, so that's the message. Ask them, do you want to place an order? Okay. Ask the user if they want to place the order, if the user wants to place the order. So if we're at this stage and they type in a yes, then we display everything we just did except for we just basically do what we just did above. But we don't use what they ordered because obviously it's different. That's a little trick here. So we get to this point. So now we go say if C continue. If they said yes, give us what you've got. Then we're going to do all of this, what we did here. I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to paste it over here. But the difference is there isn't that amount available. So then we're going to have to use what is currently available in TBL plants in stock. That's what's going to be the value. Blah, blah, blah. So what I'm actually going to do, this is a little trick, because I think because this is a global variable, and we're going to need to have that as the corrective value. I'm actually going to change our number ordered, because you said yes, I don't want to order what I originally asked for. I want to order what you've got in stock. So I'm going to change this to the in stock value, so that way I can just leave our num order there, because here our num stock was whatever you have selected. But if there isn't enough stock, we're going to change our num order to be whatever is left over in stock, so that at least you'll be ordering exactly the right amount. And there we go. And then we do exactly the same thing. We enable the button, display, blah, 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 fish based. Fantastic. And then if they say no, then we just say order cancelled in the rich edit, and we disable the button. Okay, so here is where this is the else. This is the else. If they say no, then we're just going to say in the rich edit, order cancelled. How do you spell cancelled? Yeah, 2 L's. There we go. Cancelled. And then we're going to disable that button. Was it number 2? Not disabled, but enabled equals false. So there we go. So there's 3 scenarios. There's enough stock, or if there isn't enough stock, then do you want to take whatever's left over, or no? So there we go. So that's it. There's enough stock. Otherwise, we can say the order's cancelled. So there we go. Order cancelled. So that's what it's going to do. So that's quite a bit. Let's test to see if that works. And then let's just double check our code's all correct. So we go through the first. You say, first of all, check the plant code. If the plant code matches, then we check if there's enough stock. If there is enough stock, then we can buy whatever we want. And enables. If there's not enough stock, we get to here. Then we ask them, do you want to order what's left over? And if they say yes, we change what they originally wanted to order to what's left over, and we just display everything. But if they don't, then we just cancel and blah, blah, fish paste. Fantastic. Okay, so there we go. So that's what we do. And we keep it disabled. And then we move to the next case. There we go. So I think that's going to work. I hope it works. Please, it'll work. So let's test it out. Boom, boom. Okay. So first of all, we're on the wrong place. There we go. So we want to select a category. Do they give me an example of something? They want plant code TADOTable. And do they say what category? Creeper category. So let's do that. Creeper. And I want plant code TP201. I think that's it. Okay. So did we even look at it? Did we even use the category? I don't think we even used the category for any checking and stuff like that. Yeah, that's weird. We didn't even use the category. So I want to, so let's look at DP021. Let's find it. DP021. Oh, there's so many things here. DP021. Sweet Bartholomew, there's a lot. DP021 is a creeper, right? So there are 183 in stock. So if I order 100, that should be enough. Check stock. Yes, we can order 100. Okay, so we can place an order. I'm not going to. But if I order 200, there's not enough stock. So check stock. There's not enough stock. There's only 180. Do you want 180? I'm going to say yes. Then it changes to what we want to order. That's perfect. And if we do that and say, no, I don't want to order, then it just cancel order and we can't click on that button anymore. Okay, so that seems to be working. Okay, do we have enough time to go look at the next question? Let's have a look at how long the next question is going to be. Next question is just, that was 11 marks. Next question is 6 marks. It's just take in the invoice number for this order is always F2, and we're just going to insert. This is just a simple insert. So we can do this quickly. So let's do it quickly. We've got time. So let's go. So on this button, we will assume that the plant code will be fine. So right to the top here, sorry for scrolling. So the plant code will be fine, and the number ordered will be the correct number, whether there is enough stock or not. We can just believe that that is working. So now I can come here to just do the insert. So that's all I'm going to do now. So straight away, there's nothing else I have to do. TBL, is this an order? We're inserting this in the order. Orders dot, and we go into insert mode. Then I need to change orders, not plants, orders. First of all, I need to change the invoice num. And that must be to, what did they say? The invoice number, it must be F2. So I'm going to change it to F2. And then I'm going to go TBL orders. And now we're going to change the plant code. So we want to change all the values. So we want the plant code. So the plant code will be the plant code of the global variable that we just had. So S is there, S plant code. There we go. So that's going to be the plant code that that's the global variable. TBL orders. Now we're going to add the number ordered is going to be our num ordered. That'll be correct. And TBL orders, we need to also put in, I think, the number delivered. They said number delivered must be set to 0. Okay, so that's easy. Number delivered must be defaulted to 0. So done that. Plants ordered, 2 global variables. I think that's it. And then once it's done, then we can post our results. Dot post. And then let's just give some feedback. Show message. Did they say we must give feedback? Nothing. But there's an order placed. Show message. Order placed. Okay, so let's test that out again quickly. Oh, I know it's been a long. I know you guys have been sticking with me for this question, but we're nearly there. We're nearly there. So let's go pick out Creeper, and we want to pick out DM2, and we know what. So if we going to order 100, check stock. Boom, boom, boom. So it's 100. Place order. Order placed. So if I look there, there's the order placed. That's fine. Okay. I don't think we actually changed the in stock of the previous one, but that's fine. So let's do the exact same order, but now we're going to do 200. Check stock. It goes, no, there's 183. So we want to say, yes, we do want to order 183 and place an order. Order placed. And if we look there at the bottom there, it's added 183. And if I ordered 200 and I say I want no, don't give me a 183, then order cancel, then I can't click on anything else. So there we go. So there we go. So it seems to be working. Whew, thank goodness. So there we go. That's question, the second part of the database question. So hopefully it's been useful to you. Thank you for watching this video. Go to the description to find videos for the other questions. Go to our YouTube channel, look at the playlist there, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and remember, don't do it the long way, do it the Mr. Long way. And good luck for exams.